interesting little video this week. I hope I get it out on time, but I'm seriously late with the recording and everything. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about, well, a very common misconception within D&D. What is the bonus you get if you get advantage, or what negative do you get if you have disadvantage? Now this sounds very stupid, because obviously the advantage is that, hey, you get to roll twice, and you get to pick the higher number. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, basically, if you as a DM want to use a passive stat, or you just kind of want to have a rough idea for the numbers. Well, in those cases, it is very common knowledge that advantage translates into roughly a +5. I have no fucking clue where this comes from, because it's wrong. Always. Now let's first off begin with, this math is... I don't know if it's per se hard, but it's really not my thing. You're basically dealing with statistics, and statistics were not really something I was, well, it was something I never really did. I did Math B, for who that means anything. Generally seen as the more complicated math, but in a lot of ways it's just the different math. I can prove to you that a triangle is, in fact, that all sides are equally long, but I have no fucking clue how to do, well, basically this type of stuff. So, why do I think I can talk about this? How can I think I can say that this is wrong when I don't know how to do it? Well, that's the fun thing with technology. You don't need to know how to do it, if you can make someone do it. Or more specifically, how to make something do it. On screen right now, I'll show my little program made in processing to, well, calculate the difference. And yes, I know that processing isn't exactly great for stuff like this. Well, that's kind of wrong. Processing isn't amazing for a lot of things, but it's great for this. It's a nice little framework you can build some very simple stuff in. And honestly, processing has turned into my calculator, because the things that I like to calculate tend to be things that I want to throw some programming at. Basically what I'm doing here is I keep track of two things. I set an amount of times that I will roll 2 dice. Then I keep track of the differences between the 2 dice, and I keep track of how much roll number 2 improved on roll number 1. Effectively, differenceFromStrait keeps track of how much the advantage would do for you. And the results of this are, well, pretty interesting when you take into account that most people just take advantage as roughly translating to a +5. If you have advantage on your perception check, for instance, your passive perception is improved by 5. Now, mechanically, that quite probably works very well. But it's based in fucking nothing. Like, the average differences between roll number 1 and roll number 2 comes out at 6.65, or 6.66, or roughly in that area. Honestly, I don't want to read the entire string, it has it on screen right now. So that's more than the general +5 that is generally taken. The general improvement that roll number 2 makes over roll number 1 is quite a bit lower. Comes out at roughly half, though a bit less than half, because of course in those cases there is also the chance that the 2 are equal, which is not counted for an improvement. Yeah, basically this is the math part of it, but honestly doesn't matter. The difference is that the second roll made over the first comes out at 3.33. So advantage gives you, very roughly speaking, a +3 to whatever roll it is. This is very rough, this is very incorrect, but it will do for now. So why do we take a +5 to the passives when someone has advantage? Like, this is an honest question. Is there a reason for it, or did it just kind of work out? Does it make it easy and stuff like that? Because Well, I don't see that 5 returning anywhere in the math. I just see a 6.6 and a 3.3. Well, rounded it would be a 6.7 and a 3.3. Doesn't fucking matter. There is no fucking 5 anywhere. So yeah, I just thought that was odd. Doesn't mean anything, like this is literally meaningless, but I thought it was odd that in D&D we take advantage as a +5 to a passive when that's not based in anything. But yeah, I gave you the code, you can check it out, you can see if I did anything wrong. I hope this was maybe interesting or funny. This has been Phoenix, saying farewell.